Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. And joining us here in Pasadena, California at the Techno Security Conference. Yay! It's the first year out here for this event. Now, it's been down in La Jolla last year, and then kind of the San Diego ish area. But this is the first year up here in Pasadena. And I tell you what, I had a lot of fun last night. I was just showing Rich, by the way. Sorry, this is Rich from ADF Solutions, and their booth is just a couple down from ours.
A couple down.
Yeah, and so I was just telling Rich some of the fun stuff that my wife and I did last night. So they're filming America's Got, not filming, it was actually live America's Got Talent, and we got to sit in the live audience. So I was one of the crazy fans, clapping my hands above my head, and it was funny. We took I won't call them out by name, but we took some former special forces guys with me. They're not big clapping above the hand guys. I don't get it. It was kind of funny, but I was going to cue the video up for this segment. I just completely forgot about it, but I'll show the video that I got. My wife managed to get some primo seats.
Yeah.
For us. You saw the video.
I saw the video.
Yeah, there's a little fist bump to Sophia, right? Yeah. I don't watch the show all that much. I should know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Bucket list, right?
right on.
Happy wife, happy life.
Exactly. She's not listening. Nope, she's not paying attention to anything we just said. That's always good. That's awesome. So have you found any awesome restaurants or anything here in Pasadena? Or any fun places to eat?
First day I did what I thought was a must-do in this area on Route 66. I stopped by Barney's Beanery.
Oh, really? How
Yeah.
far is that from here?
Half-mile walk, maybe.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was interesting. Good.
That's very cool. I forgot all about that. Route 66 is like right here.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
That's freaking pretty awesome.
Yeah, so we did that, and then the last 2 nights we went down to Lake Ave and found a couple good restaurants at Chiappino, an Italian place, which was really good.
Yeah.
And then last night we ate at an Argentinian restaurant.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It's one wonderful thing about getting on the road. You get like places. I'm in Ohio, right?
You're right.
There's nothing there. I know the pizza places and the fast food joints, and there's no culture to food hardly at all.
And one of my rules traveling is, it's not a touristy. We don't have enough time for that, except for like America's Got Talent. But
yes,
it's go where the locals eat. And,
yeah.
Try to pick that stuff out, or if there's a must do, like Barney's. I thought I've seen it in a lot of Route 66 documentaries and stuff. So it's like I gotta stop it.
Oh heck yeah! You gotta check it off.
Gotta
your
have
list.
the chili. So it's good.
Gotta check it off your list. Well, Rich, tell me a little bit about how you got into the crazy world of digital investigations, forensics. Yeah.
Well, through law enforcement, and I didn't use a number 2 pencil, so that's going to be, I became a cop on a number 3 pencil is going to be my book. So yeah, I got into law enforcement in '94.
Yeah.
And computers started becoming the thing, and my department was looking at the time. The ICACs were looking for, to put out their grants,
Mm-hmm.
and my chief wanted that, so it's like, hey, I want in.
Yeah.
I want in on this new venture.
Were you the guy that could turn the computer on at the department? And,
he goes, what makes you so special with computers? I go, well, I infected my computer with a virus just to see if I can get rid of it. He goes, yeah, you're in.
That sounds like about as typical. If you guys don't know anyway, there's a law enforcement. It's just pretty standard. Let's just put it that way. I could turn the computer on. That's why I was the guy that got picked.
So, yeah, just started going to classes in like 1999-ish. And
what was some of the classes that you went to? Did you do the whole NW3C circuit at all back?
The first one I went through was Search.
Oh wow! Okay, I remember that. Yeah, that's right. They were out here on this coast somewhere, right? Search,
yeah, Sacramento.
Yeah. I remember them.
So that was my first class. And then from there, some tool classes, National White Collar Crime. Yeah, so just a lot of them over the years.
Yep, and it's a lot of trial and error back in those days. I remember it all too well. But that's funny because I have attended some search stuff. I think it was at conferences when they would show up there, some of their training, there, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was good. It was great. I did it for 17 years there. So 23 years in law enforcement, 17 as a forensic examiner, investigator. I'd go back and do it again.
Would you?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't.
That would
know.
be not the uniform part, but the investigations. Yeah, it's just
For that odd chance that I'd have to chase somebody, there's just
Yeah,
not
yeah.
happening. You know, I can't. I'll be like, somebody else, please trip him.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, that's when you start learning. It's like, wait a minute, let them get tired, and we'll get them.
you go at them fresh.
Yeah.
Stay in the cruiser as long as you can.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. So you're down at ADF. For those folks that haven't heard of ADF, which I don't know who is doing in this field and has it. Megan says, oh, by the way, she's commenting on stuff that we talked about earlier. It says there's stuff in Ohio. I know the town that Megan lives in, and there's not a lot of culture in the town that she's in. You got to drive a little bit, but there's definitely some culture there somewhere. I don't know. Is the Amish Museum down near you, Megan? Something like that. Sorry, I just had to. But so ADF, yes. I've been following ADF for, a long time. I think I was one of the original beta testers when it was still load up and it was all command line Linux type stuff that was running. Way back in the day.
Yeah.
And now it's just a completely different animal altogether.
Complete overhaul. So yeah, ADF's been around since 2005-ish. Mm-hmm. Started out as image identification, then went into grabbing more artifacts and Linux-based boot tool. So from there, 2016, major interface change. We went from Linux to Windows.
Yeah.
Boot into more computers, get into more devices. And, still on scene triage, a lot more artifacts, running live, a lot of things you can get in an investigation up front. And then in 2017, 18, we added mobile. So now we have, and we've been building that since, and it's really great for on scene, along with keeping with that triage tradition, early case assessment, investigation on scene. Now you can preview phones on scene, victim witness consent. We make it really easy for both parties, for law enforcement to work with them, and for the witnesses and victims to feel comfortable that everything on that phone isn't being taken. Right?
Like the pictures you took last night at American Got Talent. You don't want those out, right? No. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So what are some of those challenges? I know that's the title we put. It's funny, every time I go before live, I'm trying to think, okay, what are we going to call this? And we have to talk about it because it's relevant, but we ended up, talking about America's Got Talent or restaurants and stuff like that. But what do you think are some of the top challenges that investigators face when they're doing some of those on-scene collection triage to know, hey, should I take this? Should I not? Is it worth it? What are those top problems that they run into?
Well, I think now with the mobile, it's just everybody has a device. And when you go in, you pretty much know who you're looking for, and you could rule out certain devices, but it's always been done with the thumbs, and like it's your phone.
Right.
So now we can hook it up, and within seconds know how many images are on there and start seeing them. All the thumbnails, the metadata, preview it, videos. We give you frames up front so you can see kind of what's in it before you have to play it or collect it. But it's instant. We're previewing both iOS and Android fast, so it saves you from that going on scene and doing the logical, which may take 25 minutes, an hour, who knows?
Oh yeah,
before you even get to start looking at stuff. So we've solved that. Grandma's getting her pink iPad back, and the kids are getting their phones back to be able to go to school and do their homework.
Oh boy,
get in trouble with them.
That was a huge thing when I was still doing exams and cases. I'd have a phone sometimes in evidence for a couple of weeks before I'd even get the chance to get it out, and it's like the case load was so massive. So yeah, you have some mad people who get mad without their phones. It's like you've taken my secondary brain away, and they get mad. So it's awesome that you guys can solve that problem.
There was a poor girl from one of the universities that came to our table and was explaining the victim witness and how we make it easier for them. People are reluctant to give up their phone.
Right. Yeah.
You're not going to show me anything but that one video. Right?
No, actually, mine's pretty safe. I'm pretty boring.
So I asked her. I said, "Well, can I take your phone and plug it in and show you what I'm talking about?" And she's like, well, I said, "Well, see." So I says, "I'm not going to take your phone. I don't want to look at it, but we give you the opportunity to sit. Like if you're the victim, you could put the phone down here. I could bring it up on the screen. You see we could record the whole session if you want, and
Oh, really?
they could say, hey, I'll give you my kick messages, but you're not getting anything else. All right, show me where they are. Bring me there. I can go in, I can scroll them, get all the screenshots that I need of it, and they get to see what it is. And
Oh,
I think they
nice.
feel a lot better that way.
Yeah, it's a more comfortable consent than other than just like, hey, I signed consent and it disappears
Yeah,
for
I'll
a
be
week.
back in 5 hours.
Yeah.
But I look at my own phone, and if you have access, that type of consent access, I can go back 13 years and show you the first apps that I put on my phone.
Wow.
Just from not without having to go on my computer and look that stuff up. So, I've been with Apple for 13 years, and I can see just about everything I've ever done. 3, 4 phones down the line. So
wow,
yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah, for sure.
Good stuff.
What other challenges are out there? Now, you guys do more than obviously mobile's probably the most popular thing by far that you have to deal with. I think you guys are they still running? It's been 11 years since I've had to actually work a case or do anything to do with a case. But are there still computers running into obviously laptops?
Yes.
I'm big on my laptop. Love it.
Yeah, I don't think they're ever going to go away. There's always work computers. I know back when I was doing cases, I've had people using their work computers, bringing them home. We'd hit them at their office and home at the same time. But yeah, they're still running into them. We do a lot of probation parole work. They're getting the unknown phones that aren't being monitored, and they can preview. But they got the computers, and that's one of the things is they're not sometimes prepared for that. So we're easy to use, almost plug and play, customizable. With a little bit of training, you can become really good at customizing keywords, hashes, what you're looking for. So, and you can boot to it. So if you go in and the computer's off, it's not a worry. You don't have to bring it back. You can boot right to our USB device, get right into it.
That's what I always liked. And so that hasn't changed. I haven't seen the tool in a minute, so you have to bear with me with that.
And it's based on Windows, so we're getting into more computers. Like you got a Surface Pro right into it.
Oh, really? Wow, that's phenomenal. That's some great stuff. That'll save tons of time. That's probably one of the biggest challenges. You not have to sitting on a search warrant scene for hours, and most of those places don't smell that great anyway.
we have to change some of their mindset when they get in there, because you get that mindset. Well, I want to see everything.
Right.
That's going to take you a long time. You say, I want to see the images, the videos, run these hashes, run these keywords. Let me see what they're downloading.
Right.
Up front, you can have that in minutes.
Yeah.
And make your decisions. Good interview. It's always, tools are awesome, but it's good old-fashioned police work that gets the job done. So,
right.
That's what got you there, and that's what's going to make the case.
Yep. Exactly. It's in that, and I think people have lost it. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they had said that too. Brett Schaefer's was on yesterday. He was talking about that investigative mindset.
Right.
And I think some digital examiners maybe gotten away from that, and they lose track of that. No, use the old school tools called your brain and talk to people.
Yeah.
It's not in. I'm a little worried about the newer generation coming up.
I don't know. I kind of have some faith in them a little bit, because some of the old dinosaurs here are still the old, 1998 methods of going through, and you can't do this, you can't do that. Triage is a 4-letter word,
Right. And I classify as one of those dinosaurs.
I am a dinosaur,
yep,
but
yep, same, absolutely. I started in '98, so
yeah.
Yep. And you were in '94.
I started in '94.
Oh, awesome. So you're a little bit of an older dinosaur than I am. So.
I am.
Okay.
But that's okay.
No, that's very cool. So how? What's the website? How can people get a hold of you and check your guys' stuff out?
Yeah, adfsolutions.com. That's very simple, easy to navigate website as well. And I think we'll pester you as soon as you come in. Hey, you want to try our tool out? So,
all right.
And I'm always open. All my stuff is online. Just look up my name, and I'm open to a phone call from anybody at any time. I don't. Customer calls with something, we're right on it. Our support's second to none. And if you got questions, you want to talk about something,
awesome.
give me a ring. Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys heard it. Check it out. If you're on scene, need to do an investigation, kind of parse that down so you're not taking every piece of electronic in the house or building, whatever it is. make sure you check out ADF Solutions. Rich, thanks so much, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. All right, thank you. And guys, we are here. We're going to be going live a couple more other times. I'm not sure at what time. So if you haven't done so already, if you're watching us on our home channel, which is YouTube right now, just hit the bell. It'll let you know whenever we go live, especially if you subscribe to the channel. If you like this, go ahead and hit a thumbs up over there. And oh, sorry, Megan, I just now see you have the best burger place. Sorry. Okay, I guess the town that you're in, you don't rely on Amishville to. No offense to the Amish, they're good people. They're not watching YouTube, though, so I'm safe. All right. Anyway, guys, we will see you at the next one, and we're in Pasadena, California at Techno Security Conference, and we'll see you here just in a little while. Wow. Thanks again, Rich. I appreciate it. Thank you.